Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm Siri Galliano. Today we are at the beautiful Core One Pilates studio in San Diego, and we have balanced body equipment, and we're going to quickly just adjust it the way we would like you to adjust it at home. First of all, if you have risers, there's no risers in classical Pilates, just take those pulleys down to the bottom. Always try to take your reformer back to Joe's original design so that the ratio and the resistance level will be correct. These have ropes instead of straps. The manufacturer expects you to adjust the ropes so they may not have long straps for the long exercises. When you have these double loops, which are really nice, this represents the hand. This only your hand goes in here and your leg goes in here. So the inner strap, or if you just have one loop on your legs, will go around the shoulder rest. And then you adjust your ropes so that each one is equal. You can kind of spot here to the D-rings to make them equal. And then you can either put them back on the handles or not. Every balanced body has 7 different foot bars. So this one has the one with 2 arms on it. Only use this arm. Pretend this arm doesn't exist. Even take it off and just add another washer here. So this is the arm you'll be using, and these are standard foot bars, so it's not a Revo foot bar or one-step foot bar or any of those other made-up foot bars. It's just a standard foot bar. This position of the foot bar is the most important between the ratio here and here. Jim, would you go to my truck and there's a big purple bag in the back of it? I forgot I brought tools. The distance you want is the ratio between the shoulder rests and the foot bar. This should hug you and support you and compress you between these 2 distances. So this is the distance that's important, and it makes a big difference if it's here. It definitely makes a big difference if it's here. It makes a difference which setting you put it on in here. And all these things the teacher has to think about on the non-classical equipment, because it's not like that in the regular equipment. There's just 1 foot bar, there's 4 springs, and they're all the same resistance level. So here, if it's a shorter person, I'm going to use the shorter arm, and it's going to be on top of the spring bar. Just put it in the corner and take things out. I'm looking for the tape measure. So here we have variable springs, which again gives you too much resistance level. Think of this as your medicine. Your springs are your medicine. So if someone has the flu and you want to give them 50 milligrams, that's different than 250 milligrams, that's different than 500 milligrams. So the springs are your medicine. And that's why they have to be strong to build the body. And as the body gets built, you go lighter. So this is what you want to notice, is the difference here between this and this. Come here, Rose. In all the studio system, you want to compare the size of her and the size of me, right? So my legs, how tall are you?
5'2".
That's so cute.
You said that last time.
Well, you're still cute. I am 7.5 inches taller than her. 7.5 inches. That means that my arms are longer, my legs are longer, my trunk is longer. This represents, can you see, it's your body. This is your trunk, these are your shoulders, these are your head. And so it makes a difference in the system. Today we're going to start with the reformer. It makes a difference what size the person is, what conditions they are, whether they're healthy or not healthy. And where else can you do that exercise if you have all the other tools in the system? So she came in today with a back situation. We like to call them situations. So it's not just like, oh, how's your cancer today? But like, oh, you have that situation. So for your situation, we'll be doing it like this. So it takes the sting out of the word, because people are usually tired of talking about their situations. So she came in today with a back situation. So the first thing I would do is drop the weight down. So Ramana has these 3 R's, and the 3 R's are like, reading, writing, and arithmetic. In Pilates, they're your ratio, your resistance, and your repetition. Those are the things that you adjust. So you have your normal healthy body, and then you have a body with situations. And so right away she has a situation, so I'm going to drop down the resistance level. I'm going to work her lighter. Also the ratio of her bones, meaning that's where you would modify instead of a straight leg teaser going low or a straight leg 100 going low, bent knees, changing the ratio between the bones. Now this is like changing the ratio between the bones. The biggest mistake I'm seeing people make in their studios is there's not enough room between the bodies. They either buy too much equipment, they have it in the wrong place, or they don't understand the work. So raise your arms out like that. So if she's on the reformer, and this is, of course, she's 5'2", but let's say, okay, so her arms are 2 feet long. Her arms are 2 feet long, and the reformer is 2 feet wide, representing the trunk, right? Most people's trunk, she's little, so she's only 16 inches long. But this represents the body, and so when you open your arms out for the rowing or the pull straps, you need to have the 2 feet on either side. So this studio has been rearranged nicely. Thank you very much. It's my second visit. And she has a little over 4 feet between each reformer. That gives you your 2 feet for the arms. Okay? There's no reason people should not be touching somebody else. You don't go to a gymnastic class and do your trick and touch everybody else. It's one of the things about how much space do I need. Another option, of course, another studio, you could stagger. I've also been changing a lot of studios with the Skype lessons where they have, you know, maybe 3 or 4 reformers going this way and then 3 or 4 reformers facing each other. So everybody's facing in. The work should always be about the teacher. We start this work for our own bodies, we love it, and then we want to help other people, or we see that there's a business in it. And the teacher's brain has got to be happy and not be crazy. And when you have 2 different directions, your directions of your left and your right, you can't say raise your left arm or squeeze your right butt or everybody turn to the left because you've got different directions going. Also, there's this falseness. Pilates is very individual. Yes, we've tried to create a community, which is not part of the mission. It's not a social thing. Based on gymnastics and boxing, it's an individual thing. It's about your survival. It's about your body. And so it's very unnatural to have everybody laughing and facing each other while they're doing their splits. It's weird. Again, you wouldn't be doing a gymnastic trick and everybody's looking at each other and laughing and creating community in the middle of their backflip. So this kind of mental approach is represented by your equipment. Here we have a very beautiful, disciplined, structured studio. Your studio should be left like this, just like you would leave your horseback riding gear. You wouldn't be part of a barn and just leave your saddles thrown on the floor and your tack on the floor. Part of the German discipline, everything should be put back, and your clients should do this as part of the lesson. And you show them as part of the lesson. This is the headrest. There's this little piece of wood here. You're going to put it up. You're going to take it down. The straps go down here. If you throw them on the floor, I'm going to charge you extra if I've got to bend down and pick them up. Foot bar goes like this, box on, box off, right? And then usually in a classic group situation, the boxes are over here. And this is a heavier box. The boxes, depending on what they're made of and how much extra stuff they have on them, shouldn't be that heavy. But if they're kept like this, you're supposed to be able to pick it up with one hand. These are too heavy to do that. So again, a littler teacher with littler muscles. You don't want to be picking boxes up all day. Your client should pick the boxes up and have them out of the way so that the people can spot themselves in the mirrors. And the teacher has this room. So you should have at least 3 feet over here for the teacher. We like this studio here because you can also spot from over here, you can spot the rowing, you can spot the breaststroke. So there's room on the apparatus all the way around. That's really important. We see since my last visit here, she's cleaned them. Thank you very much.
Much better, right? I've gotten all the grease off the rails.
She's gotten all the grease off the rails. Really important. This is very expensive equipment. And especially if you buy it used. When there's grime on the rails, and this comes from just, it's metal, it oxidizes. If you have it on rugs, it gets fat, it gets,
Nice.
all that stuff, all kinds of material, hair in Corolla Trier's studio. Now, how you set up your studio is very individual, and one of the sad things is we don't have a lot of models to model. We may take a course and then open in our home or work at Equinox. We don't have a model of what a gym should be like. Like you think of like a boxing gym, it's a very traditional boxing gym, and someone opens one just like that. So it's important to, even what your floors are made of, if you have that choice, whether it's tile, linoleum, wood, laminated where you can move it on real easily for people moving things in and out. But when you're on rugs, it gets a lot of fabric. So Corolla Trier used to have in her studio in New York, the only studio Joe ever built for someone else, everybody had to wear their hair up. You went to the bathroom and you put your hair up, and everybody took their jewelry off. You were not allowed to work out with any jewelry. 2 reasons. Number 1, necklaces have gotten caught in the headrest. Earrings have gotten caught. Diamond rings have punctured the upholstery on exercises, puncturing the upholstery on semicircle. We've seen in Russia, belly rings have punctured chairs and Cadillacs. So all jewelry is supposed to be removed for 2 reasons. Number 1, safety, and for your own body, to not damage the equipment. You didn't used to be able to buy other reformers. And in Corolla Trier's day, it's so that everybody had the same level, because the really, really rich socialites would work out next to the very poor dancers who sacrificed everything for that class. So everybody had a little lockbox, so all their jewelry were taken off, and their hairs were up like a dancer's. And it creates, like, think if you go to a martial arts studio and you put on a gi, you're not going to do it with all your necklaces and your earrings and your hair down. It's a workout. So again, that sort of discipline. So that being said, the hair can get on the wheels, and so you want to flip your carriage over and clean in between the metal and the metal. Clean this. You can clean with the damp cloth. Balance body, you clean differently than a Gratz. You can use WD-40 on this. Don't do it on a Gratz. And you also want to take a look if you're buying a reformer used, nobody's flipping the carriage over. So you want to flip the carriage over, and you want to see if it's broken, because this is just plywood, right? Plywood. And you want to make sure that the headrest isn't broken, that this isn't all rusty, and that all your wood is in good shape. So flip your carriage over. We don't need that. We've got too many screws on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
The yellow is the floater.
Okay, so we don't need any yellow floating. This is like nothing. We don't need that. I'll take the green back though. So Balance Body does make very well made stuff. And also the way you're going to put your springs on your new or used machine, you have choices of your colors. And this is different if you have peak. So the peak colors, they're red, green, and blue, are different than the Balance Body colors, adding another element of surprise. And it's the reason why you have to know, it's like, think of it like you go to a foreign country and you're cooking in someone's kitchen, and all the spices are in a different language, and you're like, is this the pepper? Is this the hot pepper? Is it black pepper? Is it white pepper? Is it red pepper? How much spice is in it? So you have to test your springs because they're your medicine. And green springs are similar to the classical. So we want to use green springs. And you only go light if there's a reason to go light. So we're checking the springs, they all seem to be good, the wood seems to be good. She's cleaned her rails, she's cleaned her wheels. You see kind of extra stuff in here I've never seen before. If you end up with this sort of stuff on your wheels or your rails, it will cut into your wheels, going back and forth, even on the grots. It will cut your wheels, and then you'll get scraps on your rails, and you'll have to replace all these wheels. That's expensive, and it's not pleasant to take these off. Okay, so just your brief safety check on making sure your reformer is safe, and if you're going to buy it, what you have to negotiate, just like looking at a car. And that's what you have to negotiate, which is the mechanical part and the body work. Vinyl can easily be replaced. So on these adjustable shoulder rests, which is kind of silly because what they did was they made them adjustable just in case she wants to add on other pieces. So now these are like, so this would be something I would not be doing like arabesque number 3 or control balance off on an apparatus that was wiggly. So you might have ones that are tighter. So those are just the things I like to check. So we're going to put it on 4 springs, except for the lady with the situation. And for her, we'll drop it down to 3 springs. All right? So I would like to have my 3 students on. When you get on your reformer, it's the beginning of your workout. It's the beginning of my life out there is over, my life in here is beginning. Stand like this at a little bit of a diagonal, inner thighs together. You don't have to go all military. Know where you're putting your body on the apparatus. So my hand here touches the end of the frame, my buttocks is off, and 2 beats. I sit down 1, and I lie down 2. All right, so let's start there. Everybody on this side to get on. The only reason you all have to get on the same side is that when there's a group class, we all get off on the same side. So in 2 beats, let's sit down. 1. Okay, so your butt has to go here, little one. Sunny, off. Miss showing off. Off again. Step up. All right, your first movement. If this was a horse and you got on and you hit the saddle, that would be it. It'd buck you off. So as you sit down, this represents your trunk. Sit down and make sure your butt's at the very end here and hold on there. And then pull your stomach in and lie down. So you should not hit the shoulder rest. If you touch the shoulder rest, you lose. All right? Getting on is your first exercise, and we only get on and off. We only lie down twice, so at least do this one right. Okay? Before you move, just sort of sink into the bed. Eyes are open, shoulders are down, ribs are down, tailbone's down, pubic bone's down. Make sure you're even on the bed. Open your feet in a V position, stomach and butt tight. Stretch and bend and count to 10. And stay together because it's a group class. I'm just looking at the bodies. Relax your lips. Make your stomach as tight as your lips were. Good, so we'll come up with some new things to say. You hear that banging? That means you're not using your buttocks. Next, the 4 foot positions. V, then your arches. Squeeze my hand here. Push and pull. Very simple directions. Push, pull. Push, work on the pull. Work on the pull. And I'm just starting to observe the body, how it moves. Where is it unsymmetrical? Just getting information, not overcorrecting, using my hands. Oh, we're going to need some lessons.
No, my ankle bones.
Oh, okay. So, come to your heels. We would like to, each time there is a point to be made, let's stop for a second. A lot of people have these bony ankles, and that's when you can start to use your aids. So I'm going to put this between your ankles, because sometimes that's uncomfortable for people. And then this, whatever, even if you have a little squishy ball, The same distance here, here. And if you give them something to squeeze or your hands, I don't like using a lot of balls. Only balls in Pilates are not these balls. And a lot of people don't have balls. Legs. Push and pull. Now I'm starting to observe the body with my hands. I'm just going to correct her. I'm going to put her head in the right position. Get her head on right. Emphasize the coming in. Okay, this is good. You're on 4 springs. Does it feel okay? And she's on 2 greens and 2 reds, so they're very strong springs. As I watch Rose, I'm seeing her head goes off to one direction. I'm wondering if she has a scoliosis already. And what you're looking at is the upholstery on the mat. So she has a lot of upholstery on this side and no upholstery on this side. And I know the machine is right, hopefully.
A little wonky.
Okay, so you adjust the person by looking at them on the reformer. Okay? Next, come to your toes. And back to the tenon stretch. A little bit turned out. Push out. Here we change the beat. Drop down 1, 2, 3 and lift up. Drop down 1, 2, 3 and lift up. Now she has calluses on her ankles because they bang. She knows it, so correct it. I put my fingers there so she can't touch. Now go down and hold it. 1, 2. Now take the stretch. Squeeze your buttocks more. There you go. And lift up. Feel that? So my hands are giving her the correction. And lift up. Again, drop down 1, 2, 3 and lift up. And I want her to stretch her neck this way. Go down. Away from her. And one more time. Go down and hold. Good. So I bend my knees, I hold, and then I usually say a prayer for them. Because I'm touching their soul. Bend your knees and commit. Okay, we're going to go kind of modified here. We're going to go for the back problem. On the classical, you can take 1 foot underneath, it lifts up, and 1 foot to the edge, and it lifts up the foot bar. And very advanced, you take your own foot bar down until they do stuff like the Reba. Okay. The lady who came in with the situation is going to use no straps. The other 2, if they don't have a situation, how's your body, Sunni?
I'm okay.
Okay, are they going to do their hundreds on 4 springs? So grab your straps, and you're going to do your hundreds, no springs. All right, you still do your hundreds. You're going to do it. She's going to go careful for her back, not careful for that. But you can lift your head up. Okay, let's inhale 4 beats. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 20. Very nice. 30. Get down into my hands. Tricep, 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 tricep. Know what you're working? Relax your neck. Your back okay? Use the back of the arms. Down, 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 down. Look at a little thing that was on there. One more time. Bend your knees and come home. Okay? Put your straps in one hand, swing your legs to the side, and take off the 2 middle springs. We're now on 2 springs. Joe Pilates had different words for his exercises. He just called the next one a control stretch. Elbows down. We're going to do coordination. You're going to do it with no springs, and your legs are going straight up. You guys are doing classic, like this. Inhale, straighten your arms and legs, lift your head up. Open your legs, close your legs, bend your knees, bend your arms. Keep this down here. Inhale, stretch up. Open, close, bend and come home. One more time. Inhale, stretch up, keep this down. Open, close, bend and come home. One more time. It's got to finish right. Keep this down. There, okay? Open, close, bend and come home. Inhale up. Hold the breath, cross 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Heels together. Again. Inhale up. Cross 8 times. Good. One more time. Cross 10 times. Bend, bend, and come home. All right. Just a little bit of tuning up for her, because she's newer. When you bend your, keep your head down. This is your double leg stretch from the mat. When you bend your knees, pull your stomach in and come all the way in. Don't stop at that 90-degree mark. So you force the exhale and you stretch your lower back. All right? So use your stomach when you pull your knees in. Feel the difference? Rather than just bending your knees. And then you just get a little bit more tricep in that work. Okay, let's sit up with the straps in one hand. Drop down the spring. Don't touch the floor. Turn around and face the back. And take your headrest down. We're going to pick and choose. Go down the list and pick and choose. The rowing exercise. The one thing I want you to all to really think about, if you were to download Joe Pilates' patents, he was a sportsman. These are indoor rowing exercises. So anything you've been taught, what is this? Just go, am I rowing? It's a rowing exercise. So let's just practice the first move. Knuckles together, thumbs into your sternum, because this is good for a group class. You should be on one spring. You will tomorrow if you do this on 4 springs with the back bar.
That's right.
Go into your C curve, butt tight. Just curl back and up. Just do the curl. Curl back and curl up. Have your thumbs like this into your sternum. Curl back, butt's really tight. Curl up. So you have some choices with your legs, which should not be moving. This is your roll down and come up. So as you roll down, push your heels away from you. You can also push into the shoulder rests. Only if you have big calves do you cross them. One more time. So here you can just give them more abdominal exercises to focus on this curl. Curl back. Open your arms to the side. Do you want to go lighter, Sunny?
Oh.
No, this could be lighter. This could be a little, right? If you have variable springs, nice to use them. Open your arms to the side. Pull behind you first. Hands go to the tailbone. Oh, you're stiff.
I did.
So I'm going to stretch her here. I'm going to keep stretching her. And then reach around, grab your toes, and I'm going to stretch her on her upper back. So she'll be able to see great results in her flexibility. Curl back. Open your arms to the side. Pull behind you. I want to see these shoulders come together. Up and around in a big circle, like guide your arms. And stretch. Nice toes. Now when you go back, Sunny, you need more buttocks. Do it again. So your legs don't slide. Squeeze this, wrap this. Feel the difference? Keep it tight. When you open your wrists, keep them straight. Pull behind you. Nice, Jen. Also, you can, with your foot on the carriage, release the springs a little bit. Give her a little bit of stretch if she has healthy shoulders. Feel what it's like to get that assist.
Oh, yes.
Your hands should have purpose. Next. Oh, I can't wait to change things. Oh my God. Elbows up. Where is that? Let's just practice this first move. Lean back with a flat back. Further, Sunny. Sunny, back. Bend the well and lift up through your elbows. One movement. Don't keep them like this. Just practice your square back. Lean back and lift up through here. It's just like your short box. Lean back. Because a lot of you teaching group classes can just get a little bit more work here. One more time. Don't curl. Make it straight. Lean back. Lift up. Joe Pilates called this biceps. Lean back and do a set of biceps there. He called this one biceps and he called the other one triceps. Nothing wrong with it. Lift up and let's complete the rowing. Lift up. Round forward, arms lengthen, come down the side of the boat, pull your arms back. Up and around in a big circle, same ending. Grab your toes and stretch and this rows. Again, elbows up. See if you can go all the way back, Sunny. Challenge yourself. Further. I'm afraid. You won't fall far. Lift up through your elbows. Lift up through your elbows. Yeah, so don't straighten them. Just keep the resistance like you would and then lift up from here. There you go. When you bring your arms forward, folks, use your imagination, it's rowing, this is supposed to be a boat. So when you come back, have your hands close to your body, close to the frame. Don't be out here, all right? Do it again. Have them here when you pull back, up and around in a big circle. Let's clean Sunny up just one more time because you can work on rowing the whole workshop. Again, elbows up, lean back, lift up, come up with straight, and then here, lengthen your arms, reach, round, and let go. Don't turn your wrists like this. Don't turn like this. There's no this in Pilates except for those gays in West Hollywood. Here, your wrists don't go like this. You turn from your shoulders. You don't go here, here, as opposed to here. See the difference? So when you go here, don't go like this, go like that, close to the trunk. Good, now you're thinking. Nice, it's a thinking sport. Turn around, face the other way. And then make sure there's room for the teacher. All right. Rowing to the front. Now, mind you, even though we're using our classical names, Joe Pilates used different names. It's nice to return to the original. And if you have the classical equipment, you can leave them on the carriage and they won't fall. I was taught this is rowing to the front of the machine, and that's rowing to the back. Joe Pilates called this rowing to the back of the body, and the other one rowing to the front of the body. So again, as we return to his original work, try to find his original names, it makes more sense. Legs straight. Let me take you to a lighter sport. You all right?
Yeah,
Okay. Nothing wrong with going lighter. Hands here. Now just lean forward, pitch forward a little bit from the shoulder rest here. Okay, inhale, push out. Exhale, down. Inhale up. And exhale around. Lift your head up. Now press into my hands. Press down. Lift, 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 lift. There you go. Very SD. There you go. Inhale, push out. Exhale, down. Inhale up. Watch me. Lift up your head, small, tiny waist. Iron cross. Lift up, lift up, lift up, lift. Not behind you, a little bit in front of you. Yeah, a little bit in front, right here. And press down with your triceps. Lift up. Press down. Again, hands here. Inhale out. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale around. Faster. Press. You're too far behind. Oh. So this is. If this is your trunk, let's watch the range of motion. Push out and down. So I'm going to stand her so she doesn't go out of range. Don't touch me. Lift up, lift up, lift up, lift up, lift up. So a lot of times I'll do that to get the point. And you need to, even though your back bothers you,